this lecture we will discuss the network topology. Okay. Now, what do we mean by network topology? Okay. So, just let us just have a quick recap of what we had learned last time. Basically, a computer network would be a number of nodes which are connected by some communication links, all right. So, so there is some kind of what we usually call a graph. Okay. So, this graph has certain structure. So, we talk about the structure. Now, this structure has an implication about how we will go about communicating. As I said that it is in general not feasible to have one to one communication between each pair of nodes. Okay, that is not possible at all. So, what kind of structure, that means what there is nodes connected in which manner, that is the subject matter of discussion today. Okay. So, a network may be represented as a graph, as I said, nodes representing computers or network devices like switches, routers, etc., and the links represent communication links. Modes of communication may be broadcast or point to point. We have discussed this. Okay. Now, there are various first let us talk about the so called LAN topologies. By LAN, you remember, is the local area network, and the local area network topologies are well, three are very common: star, ring and a bus. Okay. So, we will just look at all of them. So, first of all, we first take up this bus topology. And why do we take up a bus topology? So, this is a very simple kind of network. Okay. So, this is based on a shared broadcast link. So, this so we still want to do point to point communication. That means there may be so many nodes A, B, C, D, etc., which are connected to the network, and A wants to communicate to B. Okay. So, C, D, E are connected, that is all right, but A specifically wants to communicate to B. So, each pair of communicating nodes use the link for a short time. So, A uses the link for a short time to send its message to B. Then after that is over, then maybe C might send something to D or something like that. So, other nodes ignore the communication. So, since this is a shared broadcast link, all the links all the nodes get the communication. So, that is not private in that sense. So, all the nodes get that communication, but they usually will ignore this communication, whereas a B will sort of copy this for its own purpose. Now, there has to be a distributed protocol to decide who gets to use the link. Okay. There has to be some protocol, otherwise if A wants to communicate with B and B wants to say C wants to communicate with D, their communications will go and collide in the shared broadcast medium. So, the communication of both the parties, that means both the pairs of nodes, they will get garbled. So, that and sometimes actually that will happen, that the things will get garbled, but that is not what we want to happen, obviously, because we want A, B and E, D to get clear signals. So, there has to be some distributed protocol to decide who gets to use the link.